Hey guys, this is Athena and welcome to my channel. So I wanted to make this quick video. It's probably not going to be quick, but whatever. So I wanted to make this quick video about 4 things that I wish I would have focused on more before I got married. So I got married on June 7th, 2021, after dating my husband for about a year and a half, give or take. If you have been following me, you know that I talk a lot about purity culture, and I talk about, just a lot of beliefs that a lot of us Christian women have bought into surrounding marriage and singleness and all of these things that we kind of have to detox from. And so, I got married right before my 31st birthday, and right before my husband's 32nd birthday. He's a year older than me. So according to some people, we kind of got married, I guess, later in life. And so with that being said, I spent a long time being single. I've dated other people, of course, and had situationships, but I spent a great deal of time being single. And one thing that was interesting to me is, when you're single for a long time, you may be oblivious to some of the issues that you actually have because you have not been in an intimate relationship like a romantic one or in marriage. And so those types of relationships have a way of bringing things to the surface that you didn't even realize was there, okay? Issues that you thought you were over, flaws that you have. I think sometimes when you're single for a long time, you can secretly think that you're perfect, okay? And once you get married, you will find out quickly and swiftly that you were not. I wanted to talk about 4 things that I wish I would have focused on. So number 1, I would say I would have gotten therapy sooner. So a lot of people, a lot of Christians especially, I think sometimes frown on therapy and therapists and things like that because I think in their mind, they view it as a conflict of interest to the church or a conflict of interest to Christianity and the power of Jesus. And that is not true. The whole goal of a therapist is not salvation. A therapist is not trying to save you. A therapist is a resource and a person who is clinically trained to help you to unpack certain deep-rooted issues in a practical way to help you navigate traumatic or deep-seated issues that you may have. But they're not our savior, and I'm not claiming that that's a therapist's job. You can go to the doctor on Friday because there may be something physically wrong with your body and go and get treatment or go and get help, and then go to church on Sunday and pray for healing. You can do both, right? So it's not a conflict of interest. But anyway, I'm getting on a tangent. Second thing I wish I would have focused on more was my communication. I think there is a misconception, especially with churchy people, is that your relationship with Christ and your relationship with God is supposed to that's what makes you perfect, even if you lack the practical and relational skills that are required to walk with someone and be in a relationship with someone in a healthy way. And so what I mean is you can love the Lord with all of your heart and be a terrible communicator. You can love the Lord with all of your heart and not realize that the way that you talk to people is in a very condescending manner. You can love the Lord with all of your heart and not realize that you have a nasty attitude. You can love the Lord with all of your heart and not realize that you are you're not willing to compromise. And so I think it's important for us to not just hide behind our relationship with God and our spirituality and serving in all of these ministries and going to church every Sunday. Those things are cool, but make sure alongside those things, you're working on your communication skills. In my case, that's what I wish I would have worked on. My communication skills, your humility sometimes the answer is not, oh, okay, well, I just need to go and pray about it. Sometimes the answer is you need to go and apologize and have the humility and the ability to communicate to apologize to someone, right? Like, you got the prayer on lock. Okay, we got that, right? But do you know how to apologize? The third thing I would have focused on is finances. I would have worked on getting my coins together, because regardless of what the dynamic is in your relationship or your marriage or whatever it's going to be, whether it's the husband who takes care of the finances and you take care of like the domestic stuff around the house, cooking and cleaning or whatever that is, 2 is always better than 1. So if we're in a position to be able to learn new information and learn new skills and learn about investing and learn about stocks, and these days you can literally learn anything that you want, why not utilize this time and be prudent to at least learn new things? Because it's going to matter when you get married. Like, when you want to buy a house, your credit is going to matter. When you want to invest and you don't want to just get by and you want to learn how to maximize your finances, all of this stuff is going to matter. Work on these things now. And the last thing that I would have done, or I should say, this one is going to be something that I wish I wouldn't have done as much, was worry. I wish I did not worry as much about, when am I going to get married? What is it going to look like? Who is he going to be? How is it going to happen? When is God going to do it? If he's going to do, like, just all of these things. And it's like, it's okay to have the desire. Keep your desire. Marriage is fun. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is dope. I love being married. But you cannot allow your desire to drive you crazy. You cannot allow your desire to drive you to despair. You cannot allow your desire to cause you all of this restlessness. And I think a lot of us Christian women have struggled with that at one point or another, because of the belief that, like, well, marriage is the promised land and singleness is the wilderness that you need to escape from. And so you're just going to be miserable until you finally meet the person who's going to take you out of your misery and make you happy. And that's not true either. You're going to get into a relationship, but that relationship is always going to require new and different things that you're going to have to learn as you go along. And that may not be easy for you. It's probably not going to be easy. And so I wish I would have rested more and trusted God, because the reality is, I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and prophesy and be like, well, by this time next month, you're going to be married and you're going to do this. And I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know, right? You don't know. But because we don't know, the wisest thing would be to fight, to rest, and to trust God's timing. And then to also fully maximize and utilize the time that you have now, not necessarily just in preparation for marriage, but just as a person. Like, there's just so much that we can do, and there's so much that you can learn and see and travel and have yet to experience. But I think sometimes we get so tunnel vision and we can become obsessed if we're not careful, and allow the lack of marriage to drive us crazy and make us feel insignificant. And I think that's when it gets out of whack. Those are the 4 things that I wish I would have worked on. Let me know, if you are married, what are some things that you wish you would have worked on while you were single? And if you are single, what are some things that you feel like you need to work on? Comment down below and let's talk about it. So thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will see you next time.